Hello everyone, my name is Hector Mendoza. In this video, I want to break down the Microsoft Office 365 Word, the tabs, button, ribbons, and toolbars. So I've broken it down for y'all like this, and I created a PDF, and at the bottom of this video you're gonna see a link to this where you can download and print this so that you can have it readily available to you. So on this video I'm going to break this stuff down, but a lot of this stuff you're not going to have on your Microsoft Office. You'll have to kind of like install it. It's there, you just have to turn it on, and a lot of these features you won't have. Some of them you will, some of them you don't. So if you don't see it on your document, do not be afraid. Watch my second video and you'll see how to get some of this bars and tabs. So what we'll do is we're going to start from the left hand side, work our way down. But one item I do want to talk about first, and I'll throw this one off sequence, and it's this right here. Okay, so first of all, what I need to do is I need to expand my ribbon, which I don't have it expanded. So if I go to home and I click on this, now I have my ribbon. Okay, and the ribbon is what you see here in this area. Okay, and you'll see this dialog box. Excuse me, you'll see this box, and I have it written, highlighted here that this is the ribbon. Okay, so, and basically everything works around the ribbon. So one thing that you probably are not going to have is this thing right here. You see right here? It's called the Quick Access Toolbar, which is this part of my document. So you have to add all of this stuff, and like I said, on the next video, watch it and I'll show you how to put all this. It's some features that make your job real easier. Okay, so I got another screen, and you'll have to bear with me because what I want to do is make sure that I don't go over everything twice. So as I do something, I'm gonna mark my sheet. So the next thing we're gonna talk about is your tab. This is your tab right here. Okay, this area right here, right in here, which is right through here. So your tabs have groups. So if I go to my home, this is one group, this is another group. So I highlighted for you what the groups are, and they are divided by a vertical line. Okay, the groups will be like, this is a group board, font, paragraph, styles, editing, and so forth, right? And each one of these tabs, okay, which are these guys right here, have their own groups. Now some of them have more than the others, and some of them don't, might not even have, just like you see this group right here, voice, it only has one. So so now let me go ahead and mark that out. Okay, so right in here, which is this part right here, see this thing right here, right in there is your title bar. So here, this is the name of your document and where it's saved. So that's what, when you see this, that's what this is. Now to the right of that, right in here, is your, it's right here, you see where it says Microsoft Search. So if there's something you don't know how to do in Microsoft Office, all you have to do is click here. You see right here in this. So if you click, and let's say you want to know something about grouping. You just type GROUPING. It'll give you a list of what it found in grouping, and now you can expand this by clicking here, and then it'll tell you what it found in group about grouping, right? Or let's say you want to know how to delete. It'll explain to you, like if you click here, it tells you, what it found on deleting. So that's what that is. So let me mark what I just did. So title bar. Okay, and we already discussed ribbon, which is this area right in here. This area right here is your ribbon, which is this part. Okay, now this guy right here is your minimize button. So if I click here, it's going to minimize it and it's going to throw it down here. So if you click on here and you lose it, if you think you deleted it, you didn't. All you have to do is click down here. You'll see all the documents that that are present or that you're presently working on. So you click on it and it'll bring it back. Now, so that's your minimize button. You have the maximum/restore button. So if you click here, what's going to happen is, you see what it did? And then you're able to move, resize it the way you want. Now if you click here, it's going to restore to that, the size, the full page. Okay, so now this button right here, which is this one right here on the right hand side, if you click there, it's going to close the Word document that you're presently working on. If you make changes, it's going to ask you, do you want to make changes? Like, or you can cancel. So watch this. If I click on it, there was no changes that I had made to this document. So all it did was close it. Okay. So now I want to go reopen that document. So give me a second. It opened up on one of my monitors. Okay. So so now we've gone over most of this. I didn't have enough space down here, so I created this additional little photo here, because there's some other little icons here that you that here, give me a second here. This is this part right here. Okay, so right in here, if you click on this, what'll happen is it's gonna Microsoft Office is gonna change the way that here, let me click on there for you. So if I click here, see, this is the dialog box that you're gonna that'll pop up, and right here what it tells you is that it's gonna change the way the view of your work, right? Let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so right now we're viewing, which is the classic view, right? Which is this one right here, which is this one. I went ahead and changed that for you, right? Now here is the other view. This one here is the new view, which personally I don't like. You can use it, and in that document I'll show you a breakdown of that versus the one that we're presently using, which is this one right here. Okay, so you're able to change the way Word looks. Now whenever you do that, you'll have to change your you'll have to close out of Word and reopen it for it to take effect. So that's what that little button is, this one right here. Okay, and this button right here, it auto hides your ribbon, show ribbon, or shows tabs and commands. So you know, and we're talking about this down here. This is your you see, excuse me, this ribbon right here, you can hide it. So you can click here and hide, you know, you can hide the tabs, which are this right here, right? Look, see, you hit the tabs, and then to get it back, you would click here, and then you would have to click on this little ribbon. Okay, it's without the pin. So that's what that does. So we explain this, and now, so we've already explained everything on this first area. So let me go ahead and mark myself that I've done that. Okay, now, so the next thing we'll do is we're going to talk about your ruler. You might not have your ruler on yours, which is this thing right here. You see? Now, if I make it my document real small, you see my ruler gets smaller, right? Because you told it that you wanted to see the ruler from where the gutter, your gutters start and where they end. Okay, and now, right now, I don't. You see, here's my left gutter, right here. Okay, which is this part right here. So these are your rulers here and here, and I showed you right here in green. So let me go ahead and mark that I discussed that for you. I'll show you real quick how to get those rulers, because normally, if I remember right, you're not going to have those rulers by default. So what you would want to do is go to your view menu, and right here, you see where it says ruler? Watch it disappear. See, now I don't have a ruler here or a ruler to the left. So if you click on it, you'll get your rulers back. Those are real important when you're using tabs and you know, text, when you're doing indentions and things of that nature. Okay, so let me mark that I have already discussed that. We discussed about the groups. You know, your groups are these areas in between each one of these areas. In other words, if you go to this tab, there's from here to here is your illustration group. From here to here, this area are your add-in groups. And on the next video, I'll further explain that. So we'll close that. No, not close it, but I'll mark that I've talked about this. Another thing, you see right here, this little marks, they're called dialog launchers. So in addition to your groups, there'll be another additional box that will show up. So let's go home and let's look at the paragraph. So you see how little amount of information is here? Is that they had to save canvas, so they just gave you like the basic part of your paragraphing. But if you click here, it's going to launch another box, which is going to give you additional things that you can do in those areas. Like you go here, you know, you have advanced. If you click in this area, it gives you additional things that you can do. So we talked about that. Okay, now, and we talked about your, well, I don't know, I don't think we did because I didn't mark it. So the scroll bar. See, sometimes the scroll bar will disappear. So if I click down here or just hover around this area, look at my bars. They disappear. Now, when I get inside my document or click inside my document, then my scroll bars will appear. And this is what a scroll bar will do. Of course, you can use your mouse, just going up and down the wheel does the same thing as a scroll bar. So if you don't see it there, don't think you can't scroll. You just have to hover here, and you can see that scroll. And those scrolls can be adjusted differently than the way they're working right now. But we're not going to get into that right now. So let me highlight that we've talked about the scroll. Okay. One thing I forgot to talk about is the File tab. Remember, here we have all these tabs, and on each one of these tabs you have those groups that pop up, right, as you select the different kinds of tabs. Now here on the left, these are really not it's on the area of your tabs, but you when you click here, you get this other box, and this is where you create a new document. You open up a Word. It gives you information about the document. You can save as a PDF, print, share, export, transform, close, get about your account information. You can do feedbacks to Microsoft Word, or you have other options. And this is a long, just this, you know, it's one whole video on this. So let me go ahead and mark that I've discussed about File tab. Now, on the bottom left-hand corner, in this area right here, you see right here, which is right in this area, is your status bar. For instance, right now, if you look, this is only page 1 of 1. So if you had a bunch of pages, as you scroll, here, let me create a quick document for you, and I'm just going to put, let me see, equals RAND, random words. I'm going to put 100 sentences with 5 paragraphs per sentence. Hit enter. Now, it created all of this for you with those formulas that I just created. You see now, as I don't care if you're viewing it small or large. Look, if I highlight this area, you see how it shows that this is page 4 of 13. Look, if I highlight this area, it's going to tell me that I highlighted something on page 6 of 13. So then you can enlarge it, and it'll stay on 6 of 13 until I reach the next document. Okay, and when I say reach the next document, right in here, as it passes this area, it changes into a 7. You see right here, when it reaches my tabs, my headers, then it'll change that this information. This also tells you that there was 99 of 7,967 words. So, but that's, you know, that's what I highlighted. That's 46 words of, just like right here, 1 word of. It tells you what you are doing. I mean, what you're selecting. Okay, so I talked about the status bar. I can highlight that. Now, this, here, let me go back to that other document. Okay, so you see right here where it says document area, is this white area, which is this white area. So this is your, where you put your text, or, you know, let's say you have boxes. If you notice, if I go past that white area, look what happens. It's there, but you don't see it because it's not within the borders of your document. You know, you would have to grab it and move it back in there. But this is your print area, okay? So, or your document area, excuse me. Now, to the right of this, here, let me go ahead and mark that I discussed that. Okay, to the right of this, right here, you know, it says display settings. So, which is right in here, okay? And what this is, so Microsoft it's a high resolution application. You can see things in a very high resolution. Now, so your monitor might not be compatible with this particular uh, version of Microsoft Office. So what it does, you can click here. So I'll show you what it does, but let me tell you what it does. For right now we have it optimized for best appearance. So if you have an old monitor, an old computer, an old laptop that doesn't have a high resolution card, then you would have to click on this optimize for compatibility application. But now you have to restart your your program, right? Your application. So if I click here on the bottom of my Word document, this dialog box will show up, right? And then you would click here. You would have to restart. Otherwise, it won't show up until you do that. So I'll go ahead and do that for you. So I'm going to hit OK. I have to remember, I have to close my Word document. And it says, do you want to save changes? No, not. I don't want to make no changes because, this is my document that I'm teaching y'all with. Now I got to go to my find that on my desktop, and here it is. Now, oh, it didn't save it. So because you see, we still have that old view. So let's go back, click here, and optimize for compatibility. So I'm going to have to click here again, and this time I'm going to tell it yes. And when I close this, remember, look at this blue bar. When I close it, it didn't close Microsoft Office because this one was open. That's what happened. I'm not going to save that. So now that we have Microsoft, oh no, there's still some Microsoft documents open. So I need to close that one. I'm not going to save that. Let me see. Now we don't have no Microsoft documents open. So I'll click on it. And you know what? We'll open up that document. Now, well, still didn't do it. Here, let's see what's going on here. So we go here, optimize, hit OK, close it, double click on there. I think it's doing this because I have so many monitors going on, and it's affecting it. So let me see. No, it's not going to let me do it, because remember, this is talking about optimization of your monitors, and I have a bunch of monitors going on, so it's not going to let me do that. But what it's going to do is, you see the view right here. If I didn't have this many monitors, I think it wants me to restart all my monitors, and I'm not going to do that. But this is the look that you're going to have versus look at the top one. You see how I have that blue line? Not just that, but it changes the whole look. You see right in here? Look at that new look. I don't like the new look, so I don't use it. Okay, so now I got to go back to my checklist, and you know what? I didn't save those what I had discussed, but I know where I left off. Okay, so we discussed display. Now the next thing is your focus right here. That's not even the right document. Give me a second here. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is your focus, which is this little thing. When you're proofreading and you have a document and you want to concentrate on a particular text area, or so Again, I'm going to have to create a new document so I can show you. I wish I would have saved that now. Equals RAND random. Let's put 50 paragraphs with 3 sentences per paragraph and hit enter. Okay, so now, so if we use focus, what it's gonna do, you see everything that's going on here. You could go in here and turn this off, but you still have additional items there, right? So what focus does for you, it's going to highlight inside your document. So let's reduce it down a little bit, and let's go on focus. So if I click on focus, you see all my buttons and my tabs are all gone except my ruler, okay, on the left and the right hand side. And now you can concentrate only on the text. Now there is a way where you could only do one sentence, 2 sentences, or 3 sentences at a time, and you could focus on that. Now you still have your the ability to make changes and add and move your pictures around. You see right up here on this top part, I don't know if you can see it, but there's 3 little dots. If you click on those dots, it's going to give me the toolbars and things. Okay, now we discussed about that other view about the doing one line at a time. So to get out of focus, you're going to click here, and then now you're back to your original look. So this is a toggle off and on. Now let me show you another way that you can do this. If you go to view, then you go right here to immersive reader. If you click here, then you get another dialog box, right? And we're going to focus on, let's start with one line and watch what happens. So let's say that you wanted Microsoft Office to read to you, and you wanted to see as it goes. You would go to your read out loud.
Themes and styles also help keep your document coordinated. When you click design and choose a new theme, the pictures, charts, and
okay, so it's giving you one line at a time, right? So let's say that you wanted to focus on 3 lines at a time, and let's tell the machine to read for us.
Smart Art graphics change to match your new theme. When you apply styles,
now we'll do the last one, which is 5 lines at a time. So wherever you click, it'll start reading out loud for you.
Charts and Smart Art graphics change to match your new theme. When you apply styles, your headings change to match the new theme. Save time in Word with new buttons that show up where you need them.
As it finishes,
the way
it
a
goes
picture
up
fits
to
in your document,
5 lines at a
click
time.
it and a button for layout options.
Okay, so then when you want to go back to your regular way, then all you have to do is close immerse read, and you see this little square, you click there, and then you're back. Okay, so let me open up my document and see how much more I need to discuss. Now the next thing that we're going to discuss is I'm not going to say that, I hope I don't need it again, is your view button. So with your view button, there's a lot of ways of viewing your document. So right now we're viewing it as print layout, and these view buttons are also within your view area here, right? But so let's say you wanted to this one, anyway, so if you wanted to view 2 documents, 2 pages side by side, you would click here, but this one here doesn't have it. Okay, so it only has one page. So let me go ahead and create another document. Equals RAND 50 paragraphs, 5 sentences per paragraph, enter. And now if I click here, oops, now I have two documents next to each other. Okay, this is single. Okay, and then if you click here, you get two documents per page. And then to get back to layout, you just click here and you're back to single. Okay, and like I said, you can actually have view, and there's more, there's additional stuff that you can do. So the last thing I'm going to talk to you about is this zoom control right in here. If you click anywhere, you hit your control key with your mouse, you can go up and down. And as I do that, look at this right hand side. It zooms in, so you can actually click here and do it this way. If if you're not good with commands and you can't memorize commands, this is how you would do that. Or let's say that you want it specifically for 150% of the document, you would click here and just type right in here, you would type 150%. Or let's say that you want it 25%, you want it real small, 25%, you hit OK, and it will show you 25% percentage, the view size. Okay guys, so it looks like I discussed everything I wanted to discuss. Now if you watch my next video, I will actually break down some of this stuff on how to bring in some of these ribbons, and there's a lot of things that you see in my document that you're not going to have, and I'll show you how to get on that. One last thing I do want to show you is that we talked about your tabs and your groups. Now depending on where you click on this on your, let's say here, then you're going to have some additional tabs. You see, this is a shape. So if I double click here, you see this shape format. This is specifically for shapes, as where if I am looking at text, you see, if I click on text, you see, well, that's still a box that I created. So that's actually it's a shape. It's not text. So I got to create another document so I can show you the difference. So this is text. See how I don't have this? Because this is not a text box like when you go to insert, you insert a text box. Now this box is a shape format. So you will see additional tabs depending on where you select inside your document. Now this is it. Thank you for watching my video. If you like my video, give me a thumbs up, and I hope you become a subscriber. I know about 10 programs that I know inside out, and I teach one big software that's called Xactimate. That program makes you about $250 an hour when you're out there in the field. So you might want to see, do a search for my name, type Xactimate, and if you're interested in performing inspections, you will have to know that program, and that can make you up to about $250 an hour when you're working. Thank you for watching my video. Y'all have a good day.